Hey there, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Welcome back to the channel, where coins come to life with history, value, and the hidden gems in your pocket change. Today, we're diving into the world of the 1987 Jefferson nickel. Is it just pocket change, or is it worth more? Let's find out. The Jefferson nickel has been a mainstay in American currency since 1938, when it replaced the Buffalo nickel. It was designed by sculptor Felix Schlag, and features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third U.S. president, on the obverse, and his home, Monticello, on the reverse. In 1987, the design had remained largely the same for almost 50 years, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in U.S. history. 1987 was a year without any dramatic changes in design, but it's an important piece of the larger Jefferson series. It was struck at two mints for circulation: Philadelphia, no mint mark, and Denver, with D mint mark. There were also special collector versions from the San Francisco Mint, S proof. In 1987, the U.S. Mint produced over 541 million Jefferson nickels in Philadelphia, around 563 million from the Denver Mint, and approximately 3.3 million proof coins from San Francisco. So yes, this coin is very common in circulation. But that doesn't mean there aren't hidden gems out there worth more than face value. Even though billions were minted, many were worn down over time, making uncirculated or high-grade examples more valuable today. Can fetch anywhere from 50 cents to $2 high mint state grades, MS 66 or higher, ***. Some can sell for $10, $50, especially if they have strong luster and no contact marks. Professional coin grading services ***, like PCGS or NGC, have graded some of these coins in mint state 67, and at auction, they can reach prices up to $100 or more, especially with full steps detail on Monticello. If you're a collector or just curious, here's what to watch for when checking your 1987 Jefferson. Nickels on the reverse. Monticello's steps should be sharp and fully struck. This is rare in circulation and highly desirable to collectors. Some coins from the Philadelphia Mint may show weak or missing mint marks. These are usually worth a premium, especially if they're verified. Error coins can be surprisingly valuable, depending on the severity and visibility of the error. Off-center strikes of 10% or more can go for $10, $50 or higher. So, should you keep your 1987 Jefferson nickels? Here's the verdict: yes ***. If it has a mint state finish, shows full steps on Monticello, has a visible error, or if you're building a full Jefferson nickel date set otherwise, it's still a neat coin with American history behind it. Always store high-quality nickels in protective flips or coin tubes to avoid scratches and oxidation. The Jefferson nickel is one of the most iconic coins in American history. It first entered circulation in 1938, replacing the beloved Buffalo nickel. The new design came from a national competition, and the winning artist was Felix Schlag. His portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and author of the Declaration of Independence, would go on to become one of the most recognized coin designs in the country. In the obverse of the Jefferson nickel, you'll find a left-facing portrait of Jefferson. On the reverse, you'll see his elegant Virginia estate, Monticello ***. By the time we reach 1987, this design had been in use for nearly 50 years, making it one of the longest-running designs on a U.S. coin without any major changes. 1987 itself was a relatively quiet year for this coin in terms of design. There were no commemorative editions or new variations. However, it was a high-production year, with coins minted in both Philadelphia and Denver for circulation, and San Francisco producing proof coins for collectors. These coins were made from a composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel, and they have a diameter of 21.2 mm with a smooth, plain edge. Although common in circulation, these nickels are a part of American numismatic history. They serve as a window into both mid-20th century design and Cold War-era coinage: simple, strong, and reliable. 1989 Jefferson nickel ***, a coin that many of us have seen, used, and maybe even overlooked. But is there hidden value in this common nickel? Let's find out. The Jefferson nickel series began way back in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, this coin honors Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, and features his famous home, Monticello, on the reverse. The 1989 Jefferson nickel is part of this long-running series and was struck at two major mints: the Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark; the Denver Mint, identified by a small D mint mark just to the right of Jefferson's bust. In 1989, these coins were made in massive numbers: Philadelphia Mint ***, over 600 million nickels struck. Denver Mint ***, about 570 million nickel struck. These high mintage numbers mean that the 1989 Jefferson nickel is very common, especially in circulated condition. Let's take a closer look on the obverse. You'll see a left-facing portrait of Jefferson, along with the words, "In God We Trust, ***, Liberty, and the year 1989. On the reverse, there's Monticello, his estate, and the inscriptions E Pluribus Unum, United States of America, and the denomination, 5 cents. So, what's it worth today if it's just a regular circulated coin in average circulated condition? The 1989 Jefferson nickel is worth face value, 5 cents. But in uncirculated condition, especially mint state, MS, grades, it can be worth more. Collectors especially love nickels with what's called full steps on Monticello. That means all the steps on the reverse are clearly defined and not worn down. A 1989 nickel with full steps in high mint state condition can fetch $30 to $100 plus at auction. Remember, coin condition is key. If you think you have a high-grade 1989 nickel, consider getting it professionally graded by companies like PCGS or NGC. A small investment could help you discover hidden value. So, while the 1989 Jefferson nickel isn't rare in most cases, it's still a great coin for beginner collectors. Before we talk about the 1989 Jefferson nickel specifically, let's take a quick trip back in time. The Jefferson nickel series began in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel, which had been in circulation since 1913. The U.S. Mint held a design competition to find a fresh look for America's 5-cent piece, and the winning artist was Felix Schlag, a German-born sculptor who had immigrated to the United States. His design featured a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the principal author of the Declaration of Independence and the third President of the United States. On the reverse of the coin, Schlag showcased Jefferson's home, the neoclassical Monticello, located in Virginia. This design would remain mostly unchanged for nearly 7 decades. Now, let's fast forward to 1989. This year, the United States Mint was still producing the classic Jefferson nickel design that had become a staple of American coinage. Though there were no major changes in design that year, the coin continued to serve as a symbol of both tradition and function, used in everyday transactions by millions of Americans. From 1938 to 2003, the obverse continued to feature Jefferson's left-facing bust, and the reverse displayed the Monticello building. The only updates during that time were minor tweaks to Jefferson's portrait and the font styling, but the core design remained faithful to Felix Schlag's original vision. While the 1989 Jefferson nickel might seem like just another coin, it's actually part of a long-standing American legacy, a small metal token that connects modern hands with historic values. 2002 Jefferson nickel, the classic U.S. 5-cent coin ***, that's still found in circulation today. What's its story? How much is it really worth? And could you be holding a valuable one in your pocket right now? Let's find out. The Jefferson nickel has been a part of American pocket change since 1938. Designed by Felix Schlag, this coin features the profile of President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his iconic estate, Monticello, on the reverse. The design remained virtually unchanged until 2004, but the 2002 issue holds a special place. It was one of the final years before the big redesign that came with the Westward Journey series starting in 2004. So, these coins represent the end of an era for the classic Jefferson nickel design. Let's talk about how many were made. In 2002, the Jefferson nickel was struck at 2 main mints: Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark ***, around 361 million coins; Denver Mint, D mint mark ***, about 373 million coins. That gives us over 734 million nickels minted in total that year. So yes, they're pretty common in circulation even today. The obverse shows Jefferson facing left, with the inscriptions, "In God We Trust, Liberty, and the year 2002. Flip it over and you'll see Monticello, his Virginia home, along with the Latin phrase, E Pluribus Unum, the denomination, 5 cents, and the country, United States of America. If your coin has a tiny D to the right of Monticello, it's from the Denver Mint. If it has no mint mark, it's from Philadelphia. Now for the big question. What is a 2002 Jefferson nickel worth today if it's circulated? In most cases, if your coin is worn and circulated, it's worth exactly 5 cents, its face value. However, collectors might pay more for nickels in excellent condition. So, if your 2002 Jefferson nickel has sharp details, especially on Monticello's steps, it might be worth taking a closer look. When checking your 2002 nickels, here are a few tips. Check for mint mark ***. Look for rare errors or varieties from either the Philadelphia or Denver Mint. Look at Monticello steps ***. A clean strike showing 5 or 6 full steps adds premium value. Check for die cracks, doubling, or off-center.
Strikes asterisk asterisk. Rare mint errors can be worth $20 to over $100 depending on the severity. And if you find a proof coin from 2002, with mirror-like finish and possibly an S mint mark from San Francisco, it could be worth a few bucks even in circulated condition. For most collectors, the 2002 Jefferson nickel is a great beginner's coin. It's not rare in the traditional sense, but finding a high-grade example or error version can be exciting and rewarding. It also makes a great piece for date and mint sets of the Jefferson nickel series. While it's unlikely you'll retire off a 2002 nickel, hunting for those full steps varieties or mint errors can still bring in some profit, and a lot of FUNs. The next time you get change at the store, check those nickels. You might be holding on to a little piece of history, or maybe even a valuable variety. If you learned something new today, hit that like button, subscribe to Asterisk, and drop a comment below. Asterisk, have you found any valuable nickels lately? Asterisk, we'd love to hear your coin finds. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss a new coin video. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting!